Now, as for the meeting with President Goodluck Jonathan, now the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party went to brief him as one of the leaders of the party, just as the same way they went to Baba Obasanjo in Abeokuta to also brief him about the National Working Committee that had met after the convention in November in Oyo State. So it was a briefing session. The major statement by Turaki SAN, Kabiru Turaki SAN, was that, look, they have an agenda, the rebirth agenda. And many of the leaders of the party were there, including former governors, former ministers, and one of the founding fathers, Professor Jerry Ghana. And in response, the president, Jonathan, said he was happy that the PDP is still alive and well, and that the PDP is the only party that showed up originally in 1998 and that is still surviving. In the 2023 election, the PDP came second. And what it means is that the PDP still has structures around, the country. The fact that some governors played rogue and decided to join the ruling party does not necessarily mean that the people at the grassroots level have left the party. And that's why we keep saying that the governor defecting doesn't really mean anything. How about the people? And so what the PDP, according to Turaki, is trying to do is to revive the party, reinvent the party, mobilize that grassroots base to challenge the ruling party. Now, how far they can go with that, however, depends on the court cases that they have. And those court cases were even instigated by members of the party of an amphibious character, specifically in Nyesom Wike. And in a related development, Ini Ememobong, responded to Ajibola Basiru, Senator, Yitwada Nentanwe, chairman of the APC, complaining about Nyesom Wike. And he said, look, don't say Wike is a member of the PDP. He's been expelled from the party. And that you people created a monster, and that monster, you kept feeding it. Now the monster wants to consume you. Don't drag the People's Democratic Party into the matter. So those are the two related developments within the PDP. And it is also interesting that the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who is now in the ADC, is saying that, the selection of the presidential candidate will be an open, competitive process. Now, everyone knows in Nigeria that he's always interested in the position of the presidency, and he has tried on different platforms. But now he's going to get a challenge from Peter Obi, formerly of the Labour Party, and Rotimi Amechi, formerly of the PDP. So there's going to be competition definitely in the ADC. Whether that strengthens the party or diminishes it remains to be seen. However, he also made the point that the opposition is facing an existential threat because the opposition is being intimidated by, the ruling party. But the thing, of course, is that all these politicians, they are interested in power for their own purpose, but the ADC, Atiku Abubakar tells us, is committed to building a strong opposition. But we'll see how all of that drama plays out. Finally, on the security matters, we'll recall that there was a certain young man called Mohammed who was arrested, and he was the one who gave information to the security agencies. I think Operation Adinkai, that, there is a cell in Borno State, in Yobe State, led by a particular person who sent them. This was after an accomplice of this young Mohammed died. His name was Adamu. And this same Mohammed who confessed was to go and have another operation in Yobe. I think it is very good news that the Nigerian army, collaborating with local vigilantes and the Directorate of the Military Intelligence, have been able to arrest masterminds of that particular heinous crime in Gamboru market when a mosque was attacked during the prayer season. But we should not just hear about arrest. We should hear about prosecution. We should hear about conviction. So that this is not just at the level of media information. What is important, that anybody, whether ISIS, ISWAP, or Boko Haram, who tries to sabotage the country, is brought to book and made to face the full wrath of the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Absolutely. It's a breath of fresh air to see that we're moving from, a realm of hearing that some cases have been solved or some people have been retrieved from being kidnapped without knowing what happened to the perpetrators of those crimes. So if we're moving to arrest, that's a step in the right direction. But just to echo what Dr. Abati said, it's not sufficient. We still need to see the full process of the law proceeding so that we can be satisfied. And the reason why we continue to emphasize this is because we're struggling with we're contending with issues where we are not uprooting this issue from its from its roots. On the front page of Daily Trust today, there's a report about